Which type of home loan best suits you? Schedule an appointment today. We have highly qualified loan officers ready to serve you.
Out here in the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now it's time to move forward. And with a little help from Somerset Community College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more. In less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
Best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $5.99. Mix and match any 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any 2 plus fries and a drink, all just $5.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
And all of a sudden, God said, let's play high school basketball. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Pulaski County High School, a place we like to affectionately call the Big House. Bob Boone, joined by Robert Reed here on Lake Cumberland Sports as we get ready for Game 1 of the 2024-25 high school basketball season, and we've got a good one for you. It is the Pulaski County Maroons, defending 12th region champions, matter of fact, 2-time defending 12th region champions, taking on the Indians of Madison Central High School, and of course coached by the legendary Alan Feldhouse. Matter of fact, we got 2 coaching legend names in this gymnasium tonight, because John Fraley, of course, son of Dave Fraley, state championship winning coach here. And Robert, first of all, it's hard to believe we finished football on Friday, and here we are the following Tuesday getting ready to call some high school basketball, and a good one to start the season.
I'm thankful for a good basketball game to get started, not just some random pick. These 2 teams met at the beginning of the season last year. Pulaski walked away with a pretty nice win. I'm sure Pulaski's out set for do the same thing. But the only thing that I have had any kind of complaint is I'm not real crazy about this choice of music that they've got going on.
Well, we talked about that, but it sounds like this is, you know what it reminds me of? It's warm-up music before a country music concert.
Yes.
You know, while you're waiting for the bands to come on.
For the main event.
But, hey, if that's what we got to complain about tonight, it's going to be a good night. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving and is getting geared up for Christmas. And this is Toyota of Somerset's high school basketball, presented by Ford Brothers Auctioneers. And we are excited to bring you high school basketball extended coverage this season. Lake Cumberland Sports has added an 8th team that we will be covering this season, as Somerset Christian is now playing girls varsity basketball to compete in the 48th district and 12th region. So we not only do we have another team, but we have also management has decided we're going to do a couple of more games per team. So you should see Lake Cumberland Sports out and about quite a bit, and we do appreciate that. You can go to LakeCumberlandSports.com to check out our schedule, broadcast schedule. The other thing you can do is go to our page on YouTube. All of our basketball games will be video cast, so you'll be able to follow us on those social media platforms. Robert, you mentioned last year these 2 teams hooked up in the first game of the season, and I think it surprised everybody that Pulaski County got a pretty good win up there, 59-50. Madison Central was a young team last year, and Coach Alan Feldhouse, they struggled a little bit. They were 10-23 overall, runner-up in the district, and then they lost to Frederick Douglass, who has just athletics excellence across the board in the first round of the region. But Alan Feldhouse, if you're familiar with that name, he's the son of a coach and former UK legend, and of course brother of Darren Feldhouse, who was one of the unforgettables. He's got 704 wins in his high school career. But John Fraley, no slouch either, and not a name to be forgotten when it comes to high school basketball. And, of course, there's a couple of Fraleys out on the floor tonight as well. It just seems like that name, that genealogy just continues to produce basketball coaching, basketball players. And not only you got two players on the floor, you got two coaches. His brother is on the sideline with him, helping him coach, and was Shannon part of that state championship group.
Yeah, that was, 86? Is that correct? I should have put my eyes on.
You are correct.
Yeah, and had a really good basketball squad whenever I graduated from here in 1992. Had the likes of Jason Lay, Jason Gullett, had a Brad Gover that was out here playing basketball, Kiki Nazario. The lineage that comes through Pulaski County High School, especially when it comes to basketball, not only the name of Fraley, but just across the board is an impressive feat. And if it means anything, not only do you have the current Fraleys plus the one that's retired, you have a couple of guys that are waiting in the wings that will probably do some coaching in the foreseeable future.
Absolutely, you are correct. And it's time now to go over your starting lineup presented by CV Hansford Realtors. And let's go ahead and give those to you. First for the Madison Central Indians, coached by Alan Feldhaus, as we said, 10-23 last season. They will lead things off with junior shooting guard Will Richardson. Played in 33 games last year and averaged 3.7 points per game. The point guard is Cam Steele. He averaged 0.8 points per game. Cody Morrison is another senior guard, and he averaged 15.8 points per game. Luke Asher is a 6'4" returner, averaged almost 6.5 points per game last season. And then Jake Feldhaus, who is a transfer from, of all places, Mason County. So he's a 6'7" junior power forward center, averaged 13 points per game and 7.9 rebounds. So Madison Central will go like this. It'll be Richardson, Steele, Morrison, Asher, and Feldhaus, again coached by Ellen Feldhaus. The Pulaski County Maroons will line up this way. The point guard will be Carson Fraley. Seems like he's been around for a year. He is a junior, averaged 7.4 points per game last year. Only played in 14 games, missed the first 20 games of the season due to an injury. Look for him to get hot as they start. Carson Fraley, also another guard on this team, senior Gavin Cook, 9.6 points per game last year. Cade Hargis will start. He saw limited action last season in 25 games, averaged 2.4 points. Foster Fraley averaged 1.7 points per game. In the transfer, Seth Farmer, who comes to Pulaski County from Wayne County, he averaged 10.9 points per game, 7.2 rebounds. So it'll be Carson Fraley, Gavin Cook, Cade Hargis, Foster Fraley, and Seth Farmer for the Maroons, coached by John Fraley. Last year, the Maroons were 23-11, and they are the two-time defending regional champions. Coach Fraley, we talked to him last week over at Buffalo Wings and Rings, and he says you can't take those away. They'd sure like to add another one, make it 3 in a row this season. And I think coming in, they got to be considered one of the favorites for this for that 12th region title. Yeah,
the talent pool here never ceases to amaze me. They do things in a way that if a school wanted to take notes, you would take it from what Pulaski County does, from the youth system all the way up to the high school, and that's why they have the success that they do. Plus, it never hurts when you have, again, we speak about the Fraley family, when you have them on the sidelines. Plus, when they add firepower on the sidelines like a Chris Fitzgerald and the coaches in Blankenship that have been here for years, that continuity makes all the difference in the world, because you're keeping that same philosophy, that same principle, and it's guiding you from early age all the way up through high school.
There's also a couple of names that weren't listed as starters for the Pulaski Maroons, and that's because they're just transitioning from football into basketball. When you look at guys like Ethan Idlewine and Zach Anderson, two major contributors to this basketball program, also were major contributors on the football field as well. We may see some action from them tonight, but slightly different lineup here in this season opener. Before we go any further, do you notice anything different about the floor?
Well, you're going to have to point it out because I do not.
Well, I was talking to former athletic director and baseball coach Gilbert Wilson, and we were looking, and it appeared, well, I know they've taken out one row of bleachers at each end.
Oh, okay.
So my question is, did they lengthen this floor a little bit? Because I almost wonder if they went to the college links because that's what they would play on at Rupp Arena. I'm not sure. I don't know that for a fact, but it almost looks like it's just a tad longer. But I will tell you, there is a row missing from those end zone bleachers because now if you sit in the back row, you got a nice backrest down here on the end where the stage is or whatever you want to call the landing over here. And I'm curious about that, but I didn't get a chance to ask Coach Brian or Athletic Director Brian Miller about it, but it sure does look like it might be a couple of feet longer.
Yeah, and the sheer size of this gym,
exactly,
for a high school, you get these games like this one where you may only see a fourth-way full, but you come in here with a game against the Southwestern and Somerset, these stands are packed, and that's why between here and Lincoln County they get regional draws every year so that you can get fans in the stands.
We are just about a minute away from our Entrust Healthcare tip-off. Please don't go away. Robert?
Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services has made it their mission to be the trusted leader in promoting mental health in Kentucky for the last 25 years. We personalize your services to meet your needs, whether it be in our office, over the phone, or on your computer. Call Entrust at 606-676-0638 to get services started today from anywhere in Kentucky. You can always visit their Facebook page at Entrust Healthcare Counseling Service to learn more about how they can help you or your family today. At Entrust, your mental health matters. We want to say a big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships Kentucky for being the official photography sponsor of Lake Cumberland Sports. At Don Franklin, they work daily to provide their customers with the best possible experience. You can visit any one of their 5 Somerset locations or go on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships where they treat you like family.
And also want to mention uniforms. Madison Central's colors are red, white, and blue, wearing an all-red uniform, red tops, red shorts with blue numerals trimmed in white. And I appreciate they got numbers on the front of the shorts. White uniforms with the maroon on the side of the shorts, maroon numbers and maroon trim for the Pulaski County Maroons. We're going to step out, pause for this break. We'll be back right after these messages.
At Toyota of Somerset.
As parents, I feel like it's important that we teach our kids about financials, about budgeting, and about savings. We offer an e-student checking account and a GPA savings account. I immediately opened up both for my daughter. She has a debit card, which I am able to turn on and off with our mobile app because I'm also on the account. She has become more mindful of her spending, which is something that we want to teach her, is to be a mindful spender and to save as much as she can.
It's a great time to get your new F-150 at Alton Blakely Ford. The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's a desk inside the cab, a tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power onboard to plug in what you need. Tough This Smart can only be called F-150. And right now, get a no-charge leather package upgrade on every purchase of an F-150 XLT at Alton Blakely Ford.
In the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now it's time to move forward, and with a little help from Somerset Community College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more in less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
Back to Pulaski County High School, the big house. The Pulaski County Maroons taking on the Indians of Madison Central out of Richmond, Kentucky, as public address announcer Jeff Litton introducing the starting lineups. We'll go back over them for you once again before tip-off. Will Richardson along with Cam Steele, Cody Morrison, Jake Feldhaus, and Luke Asher for the Indians. Lining up for the Maroons will be Carson Fraley, Gavin Cook, Cade Hargis, Foster Fraley, and Seth Farmer. Robert, keys to the game?
You know, if you're Pulaski County, you're going to have to establish some depth. I've watched these two teams warm up. You can tell, and I'm sure that Madison Central is not any stranger to having some of these kids that played football to come out. But when you get a lot of schools with these size, with this kind of tradition, you get kids that play basketball all year round, and they're in basketball shape. That's what you're going to have to get out of the bench tonight for the Pulaski County Maroons.
I agree. I love the new uniforms with the maroon pirate on the side of the shorts. That's a good looking, but I really do appreciate Matt Central putting the numbers on the shorts, and that's going to help tired old eyes like mine as we are continuing. So,
we want to be sure to make sorry about that. Be sure to watch our next Wings and Rings video game of the week on Lake Cumberland Sports. Check our website, lakecumberlandsports.com, for full Wings and Rings broadcast schedule. We create your way, always fresh and never frozen burgers.
Great place to go watch all kinds of sports, and we appreciate Buffalo Wings and Rings always carrying our video game of the week. We're just moments away from the Interest Healthcare tip-off. A couple of zeros up on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. We have a rim or a goal that is broken right now, so there's no seats. Nobody sitting in the section where we would normally see the Pulaski County student section. So like in tournament play, they're sitting in one of the end zones, and we are set to go. Jumping at center court will be Seth Farmer. He will jump against Jake Feldhaus. Whistles, and we are ready to go. 8 minutes on the clock, bounce of the ball, and that one is going to be controlled by Carson Fraley of the Maroons. Moving left to right as you look at it on your screen. Fraley pulls up, top of the key, 3 ball to start things off. No good by Cook, and that's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Pulaski. Cook to inbound the ball. Goes out top, gets it into Farmer. Farmer drives in the lane, loses the handle on it, picks it back up. Underhand effort, no good. And rebound comes down to Feldhaus. Get the ball down low, but that pass intercepted by Cook. Got himself out of control, did Feldhaus, and threw it right into the arms of Gavin Cook. Now driving Fraley, one bounce. He gets knocked to the dirt. Another body from Central. Ball quickly ahead, though, to Morrison. He dishes it off to Richardson, and we got our first basket of the night. 2-0 on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. It took us 50 seconds to get there. Bringing the ball into front court. Fraley has it now over on the right side. Works it around the perimeter. Foster Fraley and throw it away. An unforced error, Robert.
Unforced error, a lot of sloppy basketball to get started, but it's early and first game of the season.
Bringing the ball into front court, that's Cam Steele. He'll give it up to Feldhaus. Handoff. A little action out at the top of the circle. Asher has it. Now Feldhaus. Spin move on the blocks. Goes up. Partially blocked. Rebound on the weak side is pulled down by Carson Fraley. Fraley tries to make a pass, a little lackadaisical on it. Tried to get it into Farmer, and it was tipped and stolen by Feldhaus. Back-to-back turnovers committed by the Maroons. Driving, that's Steele. Bounce pass, Feldhaus. Good defense, but they're going to call Fraley for a foul.
Caught it before the shot, correct?
Yep.
No? Okay.
So first personal foul of the ball game goes against Carson Fraley. Inbound, Feldhaus. I'm sorry, no, that's Asher off the glass. Fraley will walk the ball into front court. He's picked up there by Cody Morrison. 2-3 zone, it appears, for the Indians. They get the ball inside. That is Farmer. Tries to drive into the paint, but guarded there well by Feldhaus. Out top now with it. That's Fraley looking for a screen. Gets it from Farmer. Pulls up, right elbow, no good. Rebound, Feldhaus. Steals quickly into front court, over to Asher. They work it down in the corner, now come back out top. On this left side, that's Asher with the basketball. He gives it up to Steele, throws it away, and an unforced error by Central. 5:20 to go in this first quarter, 4-0. The Indians out on top here in the early going. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you're enjoying this Toyota of Somerset's high school basketball. Argus with the basketball. First time we called his number tonight. Drive by Fraley off the glass for a Citizens National Bank shot. Carson Fraley. Drive and blocked by Foster Fraley, but they're going to call him for a foul. He thought he got all ball.
From this vantage point, it kind of looked like he got all ball. But
first foul on Foster Fraley, and at the free throw line. And that one out of the back of off the back of the rim, Will Richardson. He was a 77.8% free throw shooter last year, so pretty good at the line. 4:58 to go. That one misses, and the rebound is pulled down by Farmer. He'll dribble up the floor, picked up by Feldhaus at midcourt. Dribbles to the line, tipped away. Feldhaus got it and then knocked it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Maroons.
I don't think you want your center out there trying to control the ball. I think he should have just planted his foot, pivot, and get it out of his hands.
Yeah, you've got a pretty good ball handler in number 1 out there, Carson Fraley. He's healthy. He was not healthy this time of the season last year. Fraley has it, gives it up over on the left side to Foster. Fraley bounce pass down low on the blocks. That's Fraley, no good. Gets his own rebound and a putback. Carson Fraley, he's got 4. 4:26 to go. Here come the Indians the other direction. Morrison takes it at the top of the circle and then dribbles back out, gives it up to Steele. He'll reset the offense. Nice play, bounce pass. Great job there by Morrison on the cut. Feldhaus found him. He lays it up and in. It's 6-4 Indians.
It's probably one of the smoother plays in basketball that we've seen so far early in this ball game.
Carson Fraley walks it into front court. He'll give it up to Hargis. Hargis works it around the top. Now Fraley has it again on the left side. Drives to the top of the key. Gives it up to Hargis. Hargis looks it over. Now they find Fraley, gets position, goes up, and Fraley's got 6 in the first quarter. 3:30 to go. We're tied up at 6. Pass over on this near side to Will Richardson. Picks up his dribble, bounce pass, loses the handle on it, does Feldhaus, and that is stolen away by Seth Farmer. Farmer will give it up. Now he'll get it back. He's going to dribble between the rings, but he took your advice, Robert. Got rid of it quickly, gives it over to his point guard. Long cross-court pass. Gavin Cook, too strong, and the weak side rebound. Nope, going to let it go out of bounds. Checking in will be Zach Anderson and Ethan Idlewan. A couple of those basketball or football players changing uniforms and putting on the basketball shorts here at Pulaski County High School.
They talk a lot about getting into that basketball shape. That is a real thing when you come off of that football field because you don't get the breaks like you do on football.
No, you do not. Central, they work the ball to Feldhaus at the top. He's between the rings, and he's looking a little confused. Looks to the bench. Gets the play call. They give it up to Steele. He'll reset the offense for Central. They work it around the perimeter. Everything out above the foul line extended right now for Central. 6-6 your score, 2:32 to go in this first quarter of play. Left hand dribble drive. Nice fake. Lay it up and in off the glass. Cody Morrison, and he's got 4.
Beautiful play, just a little short stutter step. Get your defender in the air. Easy 2 points.
Driving, that is Ottawa. Spin, gives it out to Cook, and there's the three. Gavin Cook shot 39.4% from the three-point arc last year, and he's got his first tray of this season, 2 minutes. Drive baseline, may have traveled, looked like that Asher may have drugged the foot, but I'm a long way from it.
That's right.
10-9, Central on top. So far, this has been exactly what we thought it would. Two teams that come back with almost identical rosters, or similar rosters that they had last year anyway. Fraley gives it off. Ottawa goes baseline and draws a foul. I believe it'll be Will Richardson. We'll see. Yes, sir. First foul on Madison Central.
If you're Pulaski, that's what you've got to start doing. You've got to take the ball on the inside. The one thing that I've noticed with Carson Fraley, with the 6 points that he has early in this contest, is the young man is absolutely taking a growing spurt, and he's actually got an inside presence versus all standing for outside jump shots.
Carson has always been kind of thick. I mean, he's a well-built young man, and first free throw attempt by Ottawa is good. We're tied up at 10 apiece. Second Ottawa, and that one looks good. This is a team that last year shot almost 80% from the free throw line. 77.4 to be exact, and now we got a foul on the floor.
Got a foul 50 feet from the basket, not one you want to give up. Anderson.
Third one. We're at 1:22 to go in this first quarter of play. Now Ricky Goatley has checked into the ball game. He keeps it out on the perimeter. Feldhaus calls for it. He'll launch a long three and rattles it home. And that gives Central the lead back by 2, 13-11, under a minute to go. Pulaski walks the ball up the court. That's Carson Fraley. He drives, goes up, off the glass. Citizens National Bank shot. And Fraley's got 8 in the first quarter. We still got 40 seconds to play. Ball picked there. That was Goatley who had the ball picked from him. Ball still loose on the floor. Central recovers it in backcourt. They sling it ahead to Goatley. He drives, passes off the Feldhaus for the slam.
You don't see a ton of those at the high school level, but when you do, they're exciting to see. Young man was able to get up and do this beautiful 360 dunk. So if he's got the ups, you got to keep an eye on him.
15-13 your score. Pulaski trails Madison Central here at the Big House. We're under 10 seconds to go. Fraley looking for a screen, gets cut off. Gives it up to Zach Anderson. He'll kick it out. Cook eyes a three. Did he get it off in time? He
got it.
He did. And they're going to say it's good, and Coach Alan Feldhaus says no. Official looking for some help. They're going to talk it over. The three of them, I'm not sure it got off in time. I thought I saw red out of the corner of my eye behind the goal. So we wait to see. And if they reverse this, no basket. There you go. That's probably a good call by the officials. I'm glad they were able to work that out. We'll be back after this.
Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you.
Here to come in 17500, here to come in 175.2. I 200 down, got it here to come in a quarter.
Like successful sports programs, putting together a successful auction takes a lot of planning, organization, attention to detail, and teamwork. And you need dedicated and committed people pulling together. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we've been successfully selling the
ball and loses misses the handle because it's knocked out of bounds by Pulaski County. So take the three-pointer off of the scoreboard, and it makes the score 15-13 in favor of the Indians. Goalie, and now Coach John Fraley has something he wants to ask the officials about. Got a little
pushing under the goal here.
Just a little body on body. It's not Michigan, Ohio State. Good defense on the inbound. Feldhaus gets clobbered not once but twice. Finally draws the foul. The basket's no good, but he'll go to the free throw line and shoot two. He got bumped in the head when he went up to catch that inbound pass and then got hit again driving to the basket. They got the second foul.
I don't think he was one of the players that were addressing under the goal.
And he rattles that one in front of the rim, back of the rim, and through. 6 points for Jake Feldhaus, 6'7", junior. Frontline player, transfer out of Mason County. Second free throw. That's the biggest lead of the night. It's 4-point advantage for the Indians, and now they're going to apply full court pressure. Fraley behind the back at three-quarter court, gets the ball across the timeline, stops. Zach Anderson, he'll drain one from about 19 feet. His first basket of the night. Back come the Indians. Goalie, he'll fire top of the key, back of the iron, but there's a rebound by Feldhaus. He'll drive, and they're going to call a blocking foul. I'm not sure about that one. I sure thought Zach Anderson had position, but again, my opinion doesn't matter. So Feldhaus back to the line again.
I think even Coach Fraley wanted that to be listed as a charge. There was a lot of body. There's no arc under the high school basketball goal like there is in college, so you don't just get that call.
8 points for Jake Feldhaus. He and Carson Fraley lead scorers with 8 points apiece. Second free throw, rotation looks good, and back to a 4-point Indian lead. Steaming it into front court, flip it over on the side. That was Idawine to Cook, no good. Rebound tipped out and recovered by Joe Powers, who's checked into the ball game. All the way up and in for the easy basket. That's Feldhaus. It's his first field goal in this quarter. 6 point, 11 points overall. 21-15, Central on top. Bounce pass, Cade Hargis gets it down on the blocks to Fraley. This time Fraley from the left side of the basket doesn't use the glass. Gets it to fall. He's in double figures with 10. 6:37 to go. 21-17. Maroons trail it. Goatley, one step from about 18 foot on the left elbow. Gets his own rebound. Nobody boxed out. They kick it back outside. That was Asher. He misses, and the rebound is pulled down by number 31, Seth Farmer, and we get a drive and a foul. Idawine give him the bucket, and he's going to get to shoot an extra one. Cody Morrison picks up the foul. If you remember now, we don't do fouls by half, we do them by quarters.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yep, and when you get to 5, you're shooting 2. And Idawine makes the old-fashioned three-point play, cuts the lead down to 1. Yeah, that was a rule change last year. I like it. Steele is checked back into the ball game, hands it off, drives down the lane, and we're going to get a reach-in foul, and that is going to be on Ethan Idawine. That's a team third with 6:04 to go. And we got another whistle.
I'm not real sure what they called Idawine in on that one, unless there was somebody trying to work through a screen.
Yeah, I think so. And so Idawine with back-to-back fouls, that's 4, and the next one The Indians will be shooting 2 free throws. Working around the perimeter. Asher has the ball. He'll give it up. Steele now in the corner. They try to find Feldhaus and do. Feldhaus tries to get it back to his man Powers, but the ball knocked away. And here come the Maroons back the other way. Chance to take the lead. Bounce pass. Nice head fake there by Farmer, but guarded well. Feldhaus plays some great defense. What a move there, and Farmer's in the books. Farmer averaged almost 11 points a game last year at Wayne County. 22-21, Maroons now have a 1-point advantage. Steele with the ball, he'll give it up around the perimeter, long 3, left side, nothing but nylon for Will Richardson. 5:10 to go. Back and forth. Central up now by a deuce. Fraley gets a high screen, dribbles off to his right, picks it up, and has it knocked away. Gathers it back in and somehow gets it over on the far side to Idawan. Spin move, and he's going to draw a foul.
So one thing that Pulaski is using to their advantage that I really like is to see him to use the actual just strength, the muscle move, if you will, to be able to just kind of play bully ball with his
exactly. Fraley comes back in for Cade Hargis. Hargis will take a seat. Pass comes in to Fraley. Carson Fraley goes up and draws a foul. That's going to be on Luke Asher. That'll be the, I'm sorry. That was on Powers, excuse me.
As much as Carson Fraley has used that muscle to get down low, this is his actually first free throw attempt of the game.
And it's good. 24-23. 4:44 to go in this first half of play. Second one rolls around the rim, and he finally gets it to go. Fraley with 12 points on the night. Steele with the basketball, plays a little pitch and catch out there on the far side with Powers. Now comes back this way with Richardson. Looking for a screen, gets it, pulls up. Richardson drives, gets cut off, tries to go back out time. Nice attempt at a steal by Hargis. Can't get it to go, and the ball is knocked out of bounds, but they're going to say a foul on Pulaski.
I think they're going to get Foster Fraley on that one. His arms were extended and straight up. I think maybe he got a little bit of continuation on that.
That is the third foul in the early going on Foster Fraley. Senior, son of head coach John Fraley, and that free throw is good.
Christian Lawson's first points of the night.
Lawson, that one rims out. Rebound comes down to Zach Anderson. He'll give it up to his point guard, Carson Fraley, who gets the ball across the timeline, picked up there by Powers. In the corner, Cook has it. He'll drive, kick out. Anderson, he'll launch a three, rattles in, gets it to fall. 27-25, Maroons on top, 3:45 to go in the half. Steele calls for a screen, gets one from Asher, now gives it up. Gets another screen out high. Can't do anything with it. Nice pass through the lane. Over to, that was to Lawson. Kicked it out. Drive, no good. On the miss, that was Asher, and the rebound comes down to Pulaski County. I didn't see who got it. I'm going to assume Zach Anderson, but I could be wrong. We're going to get a foul as Anderson pulls up in the lane.
Couldn't tell exactly who they called that on.
Fouls on Powers, his second, fourth on Madison Central. Cody Morrison is going to check in. He'll relieve Joe Powers with his two fouls. Inbound pass to Farmer. He gives it off to Fraley at the left elbow. Spin move, dishes up to Hargis. Hargis drives the lane, off the glass, the kiss for a Citizens National Bank shot. It's good. Hargis first points of the night, and it's 29-24, biggest lead for the Maroons. Steele, left side, too strong, but a rebound. That's Feldhaus, and a nice spin move back up and in. And you got to box him out. He's listed at 6'7". He didn't need all 6'7" to get that one. It was too easy. All of a sudden, it's eerily quiet in this gymnasium. 2:27 to go. Shot by Fraley, no good. Feldhaus gets the rebound, dribbles it off of his foot, and picked up off the floor by Morrison. Morrison will drive into the lane. He'll go up. That shot is blocked. Rebound Feldhaus up, no good. Kicked out. Feldhaus, I said that was Feldhaus. That was Lawson who missed the putback. Feldhaus with the drive and misses it. Gets his own rebound, but comes down out of bounds. So Luke Asher checks back in for Central.
We got almost 2 minutes left to go until halftime. Not one timeout called. It's just been an up and down basketball game.
Fast half of basketball. We tipped off at 7:30 and a half hour in. Anderson with the ball, gives it up left side. That's Cook. He'll drive baseline, throws up the right-hander, no good. There's Carson Fraley, the putback, and draws a foul. And Fraley will go to the free throw line.
It's working quite the opposite of what I expected when I saw the lineups out on the floor. On the offensive side, Madison Central's using their length to their advantage, but on the defensive side, they're just getting brutalized on the inside.
They really are. Carson Fraley hits the first one. 13 points for Fraley. This young man averaged 7.4 points per game, but he did not come back. He only played 14 games, and he was played part-time when he first came back. So you know he's excited to be back in the lineup full-time. There's your timeout, Ronshaw Realtor timeout. 1:46 to go, 31-27, Maroons on top.
Dr. Jesse Pace and Dr. Patrick Jenkins of Lake Cumberland Orthopedics, sports medicine for athletes of all levels, from the weekend warrior to the professional. At Lake Cumberland Orthopedics, our goal is to get each patient back to the highest level of physical activity possible. We are proud to support local athletes by serving as team physicians for Lindsey Wilson College, Southwestern, Somerset, Pulaski, and Wayne County High Schools, as well as other athletes throughout the Lake Cumberland region. That's the Lake Cumberland Orthopedics Sports Medicine.
1:46 to go in this first half of play. Pulaski County is on top of Madison Central, 31-27. Both teams now in the bonus. 5 fouls apiece. Central will have the ball. They can run the baseline after the made free throws. They got to go the length of the floor. Steele will bring it up, uncontested. Will be met out towards the top of the key. Makes his way towards the right. They try to lob it in. They do. They get it underneath, and a nice basket there, and a good job by Morrison, his 6th point. Good lob pass and a good job body control by Morrison. 31-29, 1:15 to go. Anderson looks inside. Now the Maroons work it back around the perimeter. They try to get the ball down low to Farmer. It's deflected. Nice job by Farmer to keep that ball in play. They get it back to him on the blocks. Tries to make a move. Left-handed hook shot is good.
That's a beautiful hook shot for that young man. That's a deadly weapon for a kid his age and his size.
He's got 4 points, and it's a 4-point Maroon advantage. We're under a minute. Steele calls for a screen. Pulls up, instead passes the ball off to Richardson. Nice bounce pass in the paint. That's Asher. Nice move by Luke Asher. The man's averaged over 6 points a game last season. 25 seconds to go. 33-31. Maroons on top. They don't look like them. The ball's stolen away. Steele has it. It's 2-on-1, and then Steele takes it all the way and lays it in, and we are tied up under 10. Fraley has the ball. He'll give it up to Farmer. 3 seconds to go. Long shot. Fraley got a three from way downtown. 36-33 at the half. We got ourselves a good one. We're going to step out and take a break. Come back. We'll get you set for the second half after this.
Everybody qualifies for a traditional mortgage. That's why the secondary market exists. It's there for down payment assistance, low down, no down payment.
At Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about
here to come in 175, here to come in 175, 2. I-200 down and count it here to come in a quarter.
Like successful sports programs, putting together a successful auction takes a lot of planning, organization, attention to detail, and teamwork. And you need dedicated and committed people pulling together. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we've been successfully selling the country since 1965. Ford Brothers Auctioneers. Give us a call or visit us online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Welcome back to Pulaski County High School. Halftime, the Pulaski County Maroons, courtesy of a big-time three-point shot at the buzzer. We had a buzzer, not quite a buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter by Gavin Cook that was ruled that it was after the horn had sounded, but the one by Carson Fraley, there was no doubt about it, and he shot that from a long way, nothing but nylon, and that is where we stay in 36-33, the Maroons on top of the Indians. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scoring. First of all, for the Madison Central Indians, with 1 point in the ball game, that would be Christian Lawson. 2 points for Cam Steele. 5 points for Will Richardson. 6 points for Cody Morrison, and 13 points. Leading scorer for the Mad Central Indians would be Jake Feldhaus. Playing and failing to score were Ricky Goatley and Joe Powers for the Indians. For the Pulaski County Maroons, 2 points for Cade Hargis, 3 points credited to Gavin Cook, his first three-pointer way back in the early part of the first quarter. 4 points for Seth Farmer, 5 points apiece for Zach Anderson and Ethan Idlewind. And the leading scorer in the ball game is Carson Fraley. He has 17 points, 8 in that first quarter and 9 in the second. Playing and failing to score for the Pulaski County Maroons, that would be Foster Fraley, and I believe that's it. 6 minutes and roughly 6 minutes and 10 seconds before we go. You got some stats for us?
Well, as of right now, Carson Fraley's stats kind of will stand out to people. We talked about the 17 points that he scored on 5 for 10 shooting from the 2-point range. He's 1 for 1 from three-pointer, the one that he hit right at the end of the half. He's also a good 4 for 4 from the line. Number 4, Zach Anderson, 1 for 1 from the field with a 2-pointer, 1 for 1 from the 3-point line for a total of 5 points. Gavin Cook, number 11, he is 0 for 1 from the 2-point range. However, he is 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. Ethan Ottawine came in, gave you 2 points. He's 1 for 2 from 2-point range. He's and even 3 for 3 from the free throw. We talked about free throws. Right now, Pulaski County at an even kill of 7 for 7, which is a pretty high mark for any basketball team going into early play. As of right now, for the Madison Central Indians, again, they're shooting very well. But the standout difference is while Pulaski is 7 for 7 from the line, right now the Madison Central Indians are they'd be 5 for 8. So that 3-point difference plus what you're seeing from the outside has made all the difference in the game. Keeping stats in the correct score is important to players, coaches, and fans. The same can be said for keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin CPA has been doing just that. If accounting is not your thing, then let the pros at Randall D. Turpin CPA do it for you. A proud sponsor of the Randall D. Turpin Scoreboard, located on Parkers Mill Road in Somerset. The Rex Restaurant in Nancy, the finest farm-to-table made from scratch food in Pulaski County, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. The Rex, where we feed you good and treat you right. Make your next event unforgettable with Sassy Spoon Catering. We specialize in crafting fresh, great-tasting food that will delight your guests, from elegant wedding receptions to dynamic corporate events, intimate parties to casual picnics and productive business luncheons. Sassy Spoon Catering has a perfect menu to elevate your occasion. Let us handle your food so you can focus on the fun. Call Sassy Spoon Catering today and taste the difference. We have about 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the half. Tell me what the standouts for you are going into the second half, Bob.
Well, I've been really impressed with, of course, Carson Fraley, but I like the fact that he's unselfish to boot. While he has 17 points, he is always, he's always looking for an open man to pass it to and taking advantage of that when he draws a double team. I think, Gavin Cook, I think you got to expect him to get involved even more in the offense for this Maroon basketball team. He just has the one 3-point basket. This is a kid that last year shot 39.4%. You mentioned the free throw shooting. Last year as a team, 77.4% for the Maroons. But I think even more importantly, they've got 3 guys returning from last year's squad who shot over 80% during last season at the charity stripe. And that's amazing when you think about it. That's just really good fundamental basketball. And free throws could always make a difference in the game. You pointed out a moment ago, that's exactly the difference right now. Those 3 extra free throws that the Maroons are able to take a 3-point lead in this contest. We need to step out. We're going to take our final break in this halftime and come back. Get you ready for tip-off. This is Toyota of Somerset's high school basketball presented by Ford Brothers Auctioneers.
Here at Citizens National Bank, we still take pride in treating each and every customer like we would want to be treated. Our employees are here to help you navigate the confusing lending process and determine which type of home loan best suits you. Schedule an appointment today. We have highly qualified loan officers ready to serve you.
Out here in the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now it's time to move forward, and with a little help from Somerset Community College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more, in less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
Best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $5.99. Mix and match any 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any 2 plus fries and a drink, all just $5.99. Hardee's Original Bag. Loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
want to say a big thank you to Don Franklin, Somerset Family Dealerships, Kentucky, for being the official photography sponsor of Lake Cumberland Sports. At Don Franklin, they work hard to provide their customers with the best possible experience. You can visit any one of their 5 Somerset locations or go on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships, where they treat you like family. We want to be sure to remind everybody to watch our next Wings and Rings video game of the week on Lake Cumberland Sports. Check out our website, lakecumberlandsports.com, for the full Wings and Rings broadcast schedule. Wings created your way, always fresh and never frozen burgers.
Fresh 8 minutes up on the clock, and the Pulaski County Maroons. I don't think we had a single held ball situation, so the Maroons will get it, and they'll start this second half moving right to left as you look at it on your screen. Cook, 3-ball, top, no good, and the rebound is pulled down by Madison Central. That was Asher on the rebound. He'll give it up to Steele, dribbles right side, gets cut off baseline, kicks it back out to Feldhaus. Feldhaus with the fake, and now Central works it around the perimeter. Steele drives, kick out, 3, left side, no good. Rebound is pulled down. That is Seth Farmer. He'll give it up to Cade Hargis. Drives, right-hander, and that one is blocked. Rebound was Cook. He tried to put it back up. It was blocked and pulled down again by Asher. Wow.
It's going to be hard to get in there.
Asher now tries to drive all the way. That drive is blocked by Farmer. He'll give it up. Passes out ahead. Gathered up by Fraley, and John Fraley says, let's roll it up, or he's holding up play number 5. I'm not sure which one, and going to be trapped in the corner, but drawing a foul is going to be Foster Fraley. Cam Steele going to get called for the hold, his first. Maroons inbound the ball underneath their own goal. Having a little trouble. They finally get it into Fraley. Nice behind the back, no look pass to Farmer, no good. Rebound pulled down by Morrison for the Indians. He'll bring it up the floor. Right side, Asher shoots a 3, got it! Asher shot 37.5% from three-point line last year, so he's got some range as well. Hargis now with the ball. Gets it across the timeline, gives it up to Fraley, now to his cousin. Left-handed hook shot, got it to go, and got the foul as Farmer. And that is going to be the 3rd foul on Jake Feldhaus.
They can ill afford that young man to go sit down because he's been their workhorse all night long.
He's got 13 points. Next highest man on the scoring chart would be Asher with 9, and that one rims out and rebounded by Feldhaus. Steele to Morrison, down in the corner now. That is Asher. Back out to Richardson. They get it inside to Feldhaus. One bounce, tries to spin move. Probably got away with a walk and puts it up, no good. Rebound, Farmer. Farmer will give it up to Carson Fraley. Here come the Maroons, and we got a timeout. And now we got a technical on Coach Alan Feldhaus.
Well, they must have issued a warning because they didn't, or do they do non-shooting technical foul?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
He was warned, I guess. I don't know. Something we'll have to ask about. Maroons keep the basketball, 5:35 to go in this 3rd period. Farmer gives it up to Hargis, a little head fake. He'll pull up, left elbow, a little too strong, tipped, and it's controlled by Jake Feldhaus. Here come the Indians. Driving left side up, no good. And Fraley with the rebound. That was Richardson on the miss. Gets it ahead to Seth Farmer. Euro step, no good, but he misses the basket. Rebound comes down and all the way coast to coast. That's Asher. He draws a foul.
A little more frantic pace to go out this.
I was going to say, somebody decided they wanted to pick it up a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, that's been the adjustment for both teams because they just came out playing at a pace it's hard to keep up with.
Asher at the free throw line. He's got 9 and moves into double figures with that make. 4 here in this quarter. He's got all 4 points for Central. See, Christian Lawson is checked back into the ball game for the Indians. Second free throw, no good. Rebound comes down to Foster Fraley. He'll give it up to Gavin Cook. Cook comes across the timeline in front of the Maroon bench. Foster Fraley as the Maroons working around the perimeter. Try to get it down low to Fraley. We get a man hits the deck. Fraley lays it off the glass. Right-handed bank shot. Citizens National Bank shot. And Fraley's got 19, 4:35 to go. 40-37. Maroons on top. A lot of contact, no foul. That ball bounces off of Lawson. He picks it back up. Indians maintain control. Asher tries to drive. Cut off nicely. Great defense there by Carson Fraley. Drive into the lane. Right-hander blowing by Cook. That was Morrison. He's got 8 points. Hargis brings it into front court. He'll give it up to Gavin Cook, over to Carson Fraley. Tries to work the ball down, just about has it stolen. They'll give it up. Farmer, left elbow, no good. Rebound pulled down by Steele of the Indians. Here comes Mad Central. Asher tried a behind the back dribble and loses the handle on it, and now we got a foul.
20.
That is going to be on Christian Lawson. Yeah, I thought so too. There's 3-0, not 2-0. That's the third foul on Madison Central in this quarter. 3:35 to go. Maroons on top by a penny. And they're going to say he never established himself in bounds, did Cook. So that's a tough mental error right there. That's not something you'll see Gavin Cook, the senior, do very often. Turnover, gives the ball back to Central, and they go to inbound it. And now, I'm going to say it was deflected before it had a chance to clear. So bounce it into Asher. Top of the key, now driving, dish off, and a foul on Farmer. Trying to drive was Lawson. Basket's no good, but Lawson, who has one free throw in this game, will step to the charity line for another. 3:27 to go. It's a 1-point Maroon lead, 40-39. Lawson got it. Tell you what, they were 5 of 8, but been pretty good since then. Lawson again. NBN. Nothing but nylon. And Madison Central has a 1-point lead. Maroons walk the ball into front court. Get it down low. Farmer. Double team. Kick out. And 3-ball. No good. Might have been a late foul. No call. Now they're going to call a push
on number 14, Ottawa.
That is going to be the third foul, and the third foul in the quarter. So now the Indians have a chance to extend the lead. Steele standing between the rings, just bouncing the ball, waiting for his offense to get started. Here they go. In the corner, they kick it back to Steele. Bounce pass left side to Morrison. Morrison over in the corner. Got it! That's a 3. Second 3-ball of the night for Will Richardson. 44-40. 2:30 to go. Maroons in front court. Man-to-man defense by Mad Central. Fraley works the ball inside. Up with it, no good, is Anderson, and he draws a foul.
That whistle came just a little bit late. You can tell the frustration on number 30, Christian Lawson. He's going to pick up that foul.
His second and fourth team foul in this third period. I do think that the 5 fouls a quarter has sped up the game. Anderson is good. 67.5% free throw shooter last season. Zach Anderson averaged 10.6 points per game last year. quarterback of this football team, battled an injury towards the end of the season, but comes back, no good. The rebound picked up off the floor by Will Richardson. So it's a 3-point game.
First missed free throw, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. That's
pretty good.
Yeah.
Steele drives, got away maybe with the travel. I think he got rid of the ball before the foot drug. Morrison, head fake. Dribbles down into the corner and looks to give it up to Steele. 1:45 to go. That was a walk, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I thought so. Richardson got away with one there.
2 steps on the dribble.
Yeah, that almost looked like a triple jump on the Richardson. He's got a pretty good head fake, though. You got to give him that.
Before
Steele
he ever establishes that foot, even John Fraley's calling for it.
Yep. Steele drives, got it to go. Steele's second field goal of the night. He's got 4. It's 46-41, a 5-point lead. We're approaching the 60-second mark of this third period. Fraley, the left-hander, long three, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Lawson. He loses the handle on it, but they're going to say he was fouled. Zach Anderson has picked up his third. Interesting that the couple of the football players lead this team in fouls. They've not got out of contact mode. We are 1 minute to go in this third period, 46-41. Nice bounce pass, cut to the basket, and a good foul. And Anderson just picked up his 4th. He thought he got all ball. So that is the 4th foul on number 4. We see that Farmer at the scorer's table set the check back in. That one misses just about everything, Morrison. That's the worst free throw attempt we've seen tonight. Anderson's going to check out, and Seth Farmer with 6 points. He'll check in.
One thing Madison Central's been very, very good about doing is limiting touches on Carson Fraley, making his night a little more difficult.
Of course, when he just goes up and gets a big, strong rebound like that, 45 seconds to go. Hargis pulls up. No good. Rebound, battle, picked up. That was picked up by Idlewind, and he lays it in. 46-43, 30 seconds to go in this third period. Steele with the ball, guarded closely by Hargis. Hargis is scrappy, too scrappy there. He's going to get called for a reach-in.
Just be the 4th team foul.
Nope, that's the 5th.
That's the 5th?
Yep. So Steele's going to go to the free throw line. Just a 42.9% free throw shooter last season. It's something you really wish your point guard could do is a little better, shoot free throws. Misses that one. 21.7 seconds to go. 5 fouls on on Pulaski County. I just did a Somerset football game Friday night. That one is good. My apologies. Steele now has 5 points. 20 seconds to go. Some token pressure. Applied by the Indians across the timeline. 15 seconds to go. Fraley gives it up, front of top of the key, no good. Rebound, battled for. Elbows fire. We're going to get a hold call. That was Foster Fraley on the miss, and then he draws the foul, and that's going to be his 4th foul. And that'll be 2 shots.
The iron has been uncaught. The poor Cade Hargis in this half. He's taken 4 shots, missed every one of them. Just right off the front of the rim on every single shot.
You think that's just early season?
Early season. Maybe a little bit of this frantic pace is taking a little bit of a toll.
Lawson has 4 points, all of them at the free throw line, and it's a 5-point advantage for Madison Central. 2.9 seconds to go in this third period. Got it. Maroons, 3/4 court shot off the iron Somerset Community College Offensive Player of the Game, and our United Cumberland Bank Defensive Player of the Game.
Dr. Jesse Pace and Dr. Patrick Jenkins at Lake Cumberland Orthopedics, sports medicine for athletes of all levels, from the weekend warrior to professional. At Lake Cumberland Orthopedics, our goal is to get each patient back to the highest level of physical activity possible. We are proud to support local athletes by serving as team physicians for Lindsey Wilson College, Southwestern, Somerset, Pulaski, Wayne County High School, and other athletes throughout the Lake Cumberland region. Tired of battling weeds and overgrown grass? Pro Mow Lawn Service is here to tackle your yard so you can relax and enjoy it. We offer expert mowing, trimming, edging, hedge trimming, and even specialized yard treatments to keep your lawn looking the absolute best. Pro Mow Lawn Service, your lawn's MVP. Call today for a free quote and experience the difference.
Well, we got 8 minutes left on the scoreboard. The Randall D. Turpin scoreboard. Sounds like I got a mouthful of marbles. 49-43. The Maroons trailing the Madison Central Indians. Idlewine, along with Farmer, Carson Fraley, Gavin Cook, and get the other one for you here momentarily. Long three-point shot from Richardson. That is his third three-point basket of the night. He's got 11 overall, and it's a 52-43 point advantage for the Indians, just like that. Idlewine tries to get it down low to Farmer. It's knocked out of his hands, going to go out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Farmer.
I think they're going to
reverse that one.
I think we had a little better view of that on this side.
Feldhouse checks back in, replaces Christian Lawless. 7:33 to go. That's good coaching right there. You use the timeout, and you get your man on about a minute and a half's worth of rest. You're going to need him down the stretch. Fraley has it stripped away, picked up loose off the floor by Feldhouse. He'll give it up to Steele. Guarded there by Hargis. Driving the right side and picking up his dribble is Richardson, and the Indians working around the perimeter. That is Asher with the ball in the corner. Three ball, no good. Rebound on the weak side by Farmer. 52-43. Maroons do not want to let this thing get to double figures. A minute and 15 gone here in this fourth and final period. What we think will be the final period. Timeout. John Fraley, Ron Shaw Realtor. Timeout with 6:41 to go. Maroons trail at 52-43.
Stressed, anxious, depressed? At Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services, we can get service started today. Entrust offers the flexibility of providing you with counseling services in their office, on the phone, or through your computer. Give them a call at 606-676-0638 or visit their website at entrust-healthcare.com. At Entrust, your mental health matters. A big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships Kentucky for being the official photography sponsor of Lake Cumberland Sports. At Don Franklin, they work daily to provide their customers with the best possible experience. You can visit any one of their 5 Somerset locations or go on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships, where they treat you like family. We got 6 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in regulation on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Your score, Madison Central 52, Pulaski County 43.
John Fraley talking to his bunch over there. 60-second timeout. So on the floor for the Maroons, it'll be Cade Hargis along with Carson Fraley, Gavin Cook, Seth Farmer, and I was waiting on Ethan Idlewine. He'll inbound the ball directly across from us atop the floor here at Pulaski County High School. Fraley take the ball, give it over to Cook. 3 ball, looks good from here, just misses. Rebound pulled down by Feldhouse. Gives it up to Steele, and Steele will hand it off to Morrison, who brings it across the timeline. Indians work the ball around the perimeter. Feldhaus has it, kicks it out to Joe Powers. Now on the right side, no good. Feldhaus goes for it, and the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. On the missed shot, that was Luke Asher. Steele will inbound the ball for Central. Bounces it into Morrison. Nice alley-oop. Tried to go up over the back. Couldn't do it. Picked off there by Carson Fraley. He'll bring it into front court. Cook sets up for the three. Got it! That's an equalizer.
Needed that shot to fall if you're Pulaski County.
Just his second tray of the night. Shot good off the glass. That was Asher. Asher's got 12. 8-point advantage, but the Maroons have the basketball. Spin move. Hargis drives between two defenders and draws a foul. And they are going to say it's a shooting foul, so Hargis will go to the free throw line.
Hargis looking for his first points of this half.
Like the way the kid plays. He's tougher than woodpecker lips out there.
I was waiting for the $2 steak.
Tripped you up, didn't
threw
I?
me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that one. Must have a little bit of blood on a jersey. Got somebody walking off the court holding a hand or something.
Zach Anderson checks back into the ball game. 6 points, 4 fouls. Free throw attempt is good by Hargis. He's got 3 points on the night.
Sometimes just watching the ball go in the hoop will just give you all the confidence to take that next shot.
Second one is good. I think it's funny how you mention that, and I'll touch on that when we get a break as Steele brings the ball up the floor. Handoff. Nice move by Morrison.
Wow.
Drives all the way around, and a great rebound. Good job by Cook to slide in there and box out. Farmer with the ball. Drives. Right-hander. No good, but he draws a foul. You're talking about watching the ball go through the hoop. What most people don't realize is a basketball rim is twice the size, the diameter of a basketball. Basketball's 9 inches, a rim's 18.
Right.
But you don't think about it. And I've seen coaches show players that you could put 2 balls through at once. It didn't help my free throw game, but it might have helped somebody else.
That was actually one of the few things I was decent at was free throws.
First free throw attempt by Farmer is good. He's got 7 points.
If you can't handle the ball well, you better at least be able to shoot free throws, right?
Feldhaus checks out. In for him is Lawson. And could you imagine if Shaq had just learned how to shoot free throws, what his scoring numbers would look like? Second free throw, good. And we're back to a 4-point game, Robert.
You thought that Madison Central was just about getting ready to open it up to double digits, and Pulaski County just crept back in.
This is where the Maroons need to make some hay. Feldhaus is on the bench. Of course, he's been shut out in this second half, had 13 points in the first. And fans and John Fraley wanted to travel. And now we're going to get a little ticky-tack foul out top. That's going to be on Cade Hargis. Just the first foul on the Maroons as we approach the halfway mark of this fourth period. 4:30 to be exact. Nice handoff and blocked. Farmer, the swat on the Luke Asher shot.
I was looking for that Dikembe Mutombo move back with that finger. I
saw the ball get misdirected, and I thought, oh, nice pass on the baseline, but there was nobody there. It is going to stay with the Indians.
3 people listening got the Dikembe Mutombo reference.
I got you.
All right. Well, you're one of the 3 then.
Central content to work the ball around the perimeter. Now they find a cutter. They give it up to Asher. He drives. Nice move over the big man, Seth Farmer. Asher's got 14. He leads Madison Central in scoring. Under 4 minutes to go. 56-50 in that Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Way downtown, Cook, front of the iron, no good. Steele gets a long rebound. Steam it into front court and then whoa it up at the timeline. Asher behind the back dribble, and he goes to the deck hard, and
I think we're going to get a reach in on number 31 and Farmer.
Is it Farmer?
Or 21.
Carson Fraley. So 3:31 to go. Zach Anderson checks out. Otto checks in. Ball comes into Asher. Picks up his dribble. He'll give it off to Cody Morrison. He'll dribble. Fake there by Asher. Drives right-hander. Wow. Strong move. Asher, he's got 6 points in this quarter alone. 16 overall, and that extends the Indian lead to 8.
Use that 6'4" athletic frame to your advantage. You got good jumping ability.
I think long three-point shot. Wow. That is good. Farmer with a trade. Again, the equalizer, 58-53, and we got another Ron Shaw Realtor timeout on the floor. 30 seconds.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm done.
All right. The name to know when you or your friends and family are buying or selling real estate is Ron Shaw, Rocket Realtor Ford Brothers. Ron has long-standing history of community service and is a proud supporter of youth sports in the Lake Cumberland area. Ron truly cares for others and will work hard for all his clients no matter the size or value of the property they're selling. You can contact Ron Shaw at 606-271-0774 or email him at ronshaw45@gmail.com. That's Ron Shaw at Weichert Realtors Ford Brothers. 2 minutes, 54 seconds left to go in regulation. Madison Central still leads, holds on to a small lead, 58-53 over Pulaski County.
So it'll be Madison Central basketball. They got to go the length of the floor. Full court pressure now being applied by Pulaski. The Maroons trying to force a turnover. Asher drives to the right side. Kick it back out to Steele. Steele calls for a little help. Trying to get the ball, looking inside to Feldhaus. They can't get it to him. He's defended well down there by Seth Farmer. Drives and off of Farmer. Contact. Farmer hit the floor, no good. And Feldhaus gets his rebound, but then he's going to be fouled on the floor, and they're going to whistle Ottawine for his 4th foul of the night.
Ottawine looked a little disgruntled on that call. That was just a bad inbounds play.
Yeah, it was. Stolen. Fraley drives. Right-hander, no good, but he's fouled by Asher.
If I'm counting it right, Carson Fraley really only has 2 points in this second half after having, 17 to start.
You are exactly right, my friend. I just looked at that. Still leads all scorers, but you are correct. 58-53 with 2:17 to go. Got to take advantage of every opportunity here as Fraley hits that free throw. Something I know his coach and Uncle said he was working on in this offseason, and it shows right there. Last year shot 69.6%. It's a 3-point game, 2:13 to go. Steele speeds into front court. We got a whistle and a foul. Tell you what, that's just quick on quick right there. 21, Cade Hargis with the foul, his 3rd. 4th against Pulaski with 2:10 to go. So Central will inbound the ball underneath their own goal. Steele will do the duties. Work it around to the right. Steele has it. He'll dribble back out to the right side. Halfway between the timeline and the free throw line. Steele still looking to get it inside to Feldhaus. Feldhaus with a fake, baseline, up, strong. Got it to go. You knew he wouldn't be shut out all half. That's his first field goal of the second half of play. He's got 15 points. In the contest, 1:39 to go. It's a 5-point game. Maroons working around the perimeter. Now Carson Fraley guarded by Asher. Had a trailer on Hargis, but he couldn't hang on to it. But Cook's there to gather up the loose change. Farmer, he'll give it up on this near side. Hargis back to Farmer. Farmer a long way from the basket. They'll get it to Fraley. 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. Drives, kicks out. 3-ball, Idlewind, no good. Steele with the weak side rebound. We're at the 60-second mark. Central has the ball. Pulaski County, do they foul? Not yet, says Dave Fraley. Now touched by Hargis, but no call, and there's going to be a reach in on Gavin Cook. And that'll be the 5th foul on number 11.
Got a player down on the floor. I'm thinking he might have had a little bit of a cramp.
Yeah, that's Cade Hargis. And he's grabbing that right calf like that's exactly what it could be. I hope that's what it is. Not that those are pleasant to deal with, but usually fluids and some stretching will take care of that, but tough to overcome.
Rick Barker and Gobby Realty and Auction, names you know, names you can trust. Real estate and auction services for farm, commercial, residential, and personal. Gobby Realty and Auction has 49 years experience in real estate and auction business, and we're ready to put that to work for you. Go online at GobbyRealty.com for more information. A little perspiration being cleaned up off the floor at the moment.
Yeah.
Glad to see that young man walk off the floor.
Zach Anderson checks into the ball game. Free throw by Richardson is good. He's got 12 on the night, including 3 trays. Second one is good. 7-point lead, 45 seconds to go. Carson Fraley. John Fraley says, get up here, we gotta go now. Carson drives right side, blocked, and it's gonna stay with Pulaski County. Let's see, waiting on somebody to inbound the ball. Now it's gonna be Zach Anderson. Gets it inbounds, right side, 3-ball by Cook is, they're going to say no good, but they're going to say he was on the line. It's only a 2-point, yep. That's Cam Steele. So 35.1 seconds to go, 7-point advantage. But right now, Gavin Cook, the senior, free throw, got it. He's one of those guys that averaged 80% or better free throw line last year. Foster Fraley checks in place of Seth Farmer. We got to come up with a UCB defensive player of the game and a Somerset Community College offensive player of the game, and that free throw is good by Cook. He's got 5 in this half, 8 in the game, and yeah, a little confusion and a timeout on the floor.
Keeping stats and correct scores is important to players, coaches, and fans. The same can be said about keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin CPA is doing just that. If accounting is not your thing, let the pros at Randall D. Turpin CPA do it for you. Proud sponsor of Randall D. Turpin Scoreboard, located on Parkers Mill Road in Somerset, Kentucky. On the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, 35.1 seconds left to go in regulation. Madison Central holds on to a lead, 62-57. Just looking at the free throws taken in this game, if you're Pulaski County, you've got to be happy with the actual percentage. Right now, you're 14 of 16 from the line. Looking at the disparaging difference, though, while 13 out of 20 is not a bad number, if you are, the point difference is what I should say.
Yeah.
But Madison Central 13 for 20 from the line. If they were shooting that same percentage, the lead, the gap in this game would be so much different.
Yeah, the third quarter was pretty rough on Pulaski County. They only scored 7 points in that entire third quarter, and it's been all Madison Central since then. He had a 6-point lead at the end of 3, and now we're going to get a foul, a reach in on Ethan Ottawine, and that may be his 5th.
His 5th for the night, if I've got it right as well.
Yep.
So they should get a little bit of a. No, they just They just changed it.
Coach John Fraley had his substitute ready to go. It's going to be Seth Farmer and Cam Steele at the free throw line. Good.
On a foul out, I thought you kind of got almost like a free timeout, but they sure didn't elect to take it.
You do get 45 seconds to put a substitute in, but second one is good by Steele. He's got 7. Under 30 seconds to go. Maroons steam it in. Fraley, the left-hander, long 3, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. And that's Cam Steele's 3rd or 4th rebound. I tell you what, he is a scrappy young man. Hustles after those loose balls. And that's probably been where Pulaski County, the difference has been. Those 50-50 loose balls on the floor have gone to Madison Central all night long. Farmer gets his 2nd foul of the night. Steele, back of the rim, no good. 17.6 seconds to go unless we have some sort of divine intervention. It's going to be tough for Pulaski County to bounce back in this one, but I like the way this team has played, and as they get players back, they will continue to improve. Steele hits the 2nd free throw, 15 seconds to go. Seth Farmer gets it, fakes. Now he'll pop a 3, no good, rims out, loose rebound, picked up on the weak side by Richardson, and that's the way it's going to end. 65-57, Madison Central wins here at Pulaski County High School. We're going to step out, take a commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
At Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you.
Here to come in 175, here to come in 175, 2. I 200 down, count here to come in a quarter.
Like successful sports programs, putting together a successful auction takes a lot of planning, organization, attention to detail, and teamwork. And you need dedicated and committed people pulling together. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we've been successfully selling the country since 1965. Ford Brothers Auctioneers. Give us a call or visit us online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Welcome back to Pulaski County High School. Mount Boone Robert Reed is this one has gone final. 65-57 is your final score at the end of the first period. Pulaski County was on top by a score of 13-11, and they continued to hold on to that lead, 36-33 at the half. But it was the third quarter that the Madison Central Indians jumped out to a 49-43 lead, and then our final score ended up 65-57. Scoring in the ball game goes like this: just 5 players to put themselves in the scorebook for the Madison Central Indians. As Christian Lawson had 5 points, 8 points for Cam Steele, double figures, and 13 points for Will Richardson, 15 points for Jake Feldhaus, and leading scorer for the Indians would be Luke Asher. He had 16 points in the game. For the Pulaski County Maroons, it goes like this: 4 points for Cade Hargis, 6 points for Zach Anderson, 7 points for Ethan Ottawine, 8 points for Gavin Cook, 11 points as Seth Farmer gets into double figures in his Pulaski County debut. And leading scorer in the ball game is Carson Fraley with 21 points.
You know, if you're Pulaski County, you're not going to have too many nights where you're going to have 17 points out of Carson Fraley in one half and then only see 4. I'm sure that in the second half, I'm sure that was probably the message that was sent by the coaching staff for Madison Central at halftime, is to limit the touches, play a tougher defense on number 1, and maybe just kind of take him out of his element. Once you only get that kind of production, it made the Pulaski team just struggled offensively throughout the night. I was looking at a scoring recap after the first quarter. Madison Central did lead 15-13 over PC. Going into halftime, it was 33-36 on that big 3-point play that was right at the buzzer by Carson Fraley. As you ended the third quarter, Madison Central did squeak out to a 6-point lead. It was 49-43 at the end of the third, and then the final score tonight is 65-57 for Madison Central. So Pulaski County walks away tonight. First game of the season, you got a lot that you can grow on. You were talking about this, that, you know, the physicality of the football players came through when you're talking about the foul count. But once you create that depth, when those kids get into that basketball mode, and once they get into more of a finesse type game, once they take the shots, once they get the practice, things will change for them young men. We want to say thank you tonight for all of our local sponsors. We especially thank Toyota of Somerset for being the title sponsor throughout the year. And we also want to thank the Ford Brothers Auctioneers for being the presenting sponsor for tonight's game. We say thank you to Buffalo Wild Wings, Lake Cumberland Orthopedics, Entrust Healthcare, Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships, Rick Barker, Gobby Realty and Auction, Randall D. Turpin CPA, Ron Shaw Realtor, Pro Mo Lawn Service, and the Sassy Spoon Catering. Again, we thank you to all of our sponsors for making tonight possible.
Once I figure out how to work these buttons, I'll let you know.
That's fine.
Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is we have to pick a United Cumberland Bank Defensive Player of the Game, as well as our Somerset Community College Offensive Player of the Game. Defense, I felt like Cade Hargis, we talked about his scrappiness and his ability to just, make a menace of himself anywhere he could find. He's always around the basketball, and doing everything he can to make life miserable for his opponents. So I think we're going to name him our United Cumberland Bank Defender of the Game. And our offensive player of the game, I think you got to go with Carson Fraley, 21 points on the night. He started hot, had 17 in the first half, and but you called it. You said that Madison Central had figured out how to defend him, and they denied him the basketball. So he can't score if he doesn't have it, and that was exactly what the Indians did.
Anytime that you saw Carson Fraley get the ball in his hand, especially in the second half, you had two Madison Central defenders coming out to just play tough man defense on Carson Fraley. There were a couple times that Carson was exposing the basketball and dribbling out in front of him for a couple of turnovers, but the young man played super well tonight, so to give him the offensive player of the game sure doesn't make sense to me.
All right, we're going to step out, take one more commercial break. We're trying to get a hold of Carson Fraley to see if we can talk to him briefly, but he's still in the locker room. But we'll come back and check on whether or not we get an interview with him. You are watching high school basketball on Lake Cumberland Sports.
Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about
Here to come in 175-100, here to come in 175-2. I 200 down, down again, here to come in a quarter.
Like successful sports programs, putting together a successful auction takes a lot of planning, organization, attention to detail, and teamwork. And you need dedicated and committed people pulling together. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we've been successfully selling the country since 1965. Ford Brothers Auctioneers. Give us a call or visit us online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Welcome back to Pulaski County High School. We got word that Carson was going to make his way over here, but we haven't seen him just yet. And of course, he's got team stuff to deal with in the locker room, so we're going to hang for just one more minute. And Robert, again, pretty nice ball game to start the season, kicking off our 2024-25 basketball season. We mentioned we have an expanded schedule this year because we've added Somerset Christian girls. They played their first game last night. They did not fare too well, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun to watch those girls continue to develop. And then, of course, we will cover Somerset Christian. Boys team will cover both teams at Southwestern High School and obviously both teams here at Pulaski and again at Somerset. A lot of basketball to be had.
That's right. When you talk about Somerset Christian, I was able to talk to one of the young ladies that came over and spoke to me. She was telling me that team is going to be incredibly, incredibly young for a first-year team in general. They don't think they have anyone who is outside of their freshman class. They got a couple of seventh graders, a couple of eighth graders, a couple of freshmen as well. First year that they've been able to participate in the KHSA level. I told her, and we were talking while we were doing the interview, and she said that she expects the team's going to take their lumps. It's going to be a growing process for that group. But if you can keep those girls together, it's just a learning process, and those girls will get better as time goes along. I know Somerset started their season last night. They fell to Mercer County. I think it was 51-37. It was a pretty low-scoring game there. And I think Southwestern actually opened their night. The boys team did. We were listening to the PA announcer that the girls were traveling tonight. They were playing Danville, which would be a good test to see what kind of girls team that the Pulaski Lady Maroons put out here for everybody.
Yeah, and we mentioned Somerset Christian girls. Gary Abbott, the head coach there, had a chance to talk to him, and go back and watch that if you haven't seen it. What a great interview that was. He was just having himself a good time, and he says, I guarantee you one thing. He says, as you said, they may take some lumps, but he says, we're going to have fun. And he says, and I've got uniforms, so you want to let folks, he was starting this season with just 7 girls, and I think 3 of them were 7th graders. And so, they will, but they'll grow just as Algover has done with the boys. Our next game is going to be Friday, December